Welcome students. Today I am going to explain about development of industries in India from history 6th lesson. That is, learning object is traditional crafts of India, analyze the causes for the decline of Indian industries, understand the beginning of modern industries, know the aim of 5-year plans, understand the basis of industrial development in India. Meanings: incredible, unbelievable, indigenous, native, acceleration, increasing the speed, Swadeshi, produced within this country, entrepreneur, businessman, retrogression, to return to older. India's traditional economy was characterized by a blend of agriculture and handicrafts. Bernier, who visited India during the reign of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, marveled at the incredible quantity of manufactured goods. Tavernier, a French traveler, admired the peacock throne, carpets of silk and gold as well as many carvings. Traditional carvings of India. The crafts in India as a rich history crafts were an integral part in the life of the people. Before arrival of mechanized industry, the production of Indian handicrafts was the second largest source of employment in the rural India next to agriculture. The traditional Indian history was known as in the field of textiles, woodwork, ivory, stone cutting, leather, fragrance, wood, metal, and jewelry. The village artisans such as potters, weavers, smiths produced articles and utensils for domestic use. But some specialized goods were produced for domestic and international markets. Some such specialized goods produced were cotton, textiles, muslin, wool, silk, and metal articles. India was famous for its fine quality of cotton and silk clothes. Certain centers of metal industry were quite well known. For example, Saurashtra was known for bell metal, Vanga, Bengal for tin industry, and Dhaka was identified with muslin cloths. India's traditional economy was characterized by a blend of agriculture and handicrafts. Bernier, who visited India during the reign of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, marveled at the incredible quantity of manufactured goods. Tavernier, a French traveler, admired the peacock throne, carpets of silk and gold as well as many carvings. Traditional carvings of India. The crafts in India as a rich history crafts were an integral part in the life of the people. Before arrival of mechanized industry, the production of Indian handicrafts was the second largest source of employment in the rural India next to agriculture. The traditional Indian history was known as in the field of textiles, woodwork, ivory, stone cutting, leather, fragrance, wood, metal, and jewelry. The village artisans such as potters, weavers, smiths produced articles and utensils for domestic use. But some specialized goods were produced for domestic and international markets. Some such specialized goods produced were cotton, textiles, muslin, wool, silk, and metal articles. India was famous for its fine quality of cotton and silk clothes. Certain centers of metal industry were quite well known. For example, Saurashtra was known for bell metal, Banga, Bengal for tin industry, and Dhaka was identified with muslin cloths. Decline of Indian industries, loss of royal patronage. The British conquest transformed Indian economy into colonial economy. As the British conquered the Indian territories one after another, the native rulers, the nobles, and the landlords lost their power and prosperity. The craftsmen, who were patronized by these rulers, lost their importance and became poor. For generations, these craftsmen had been practicing their craft and they did not possess any other skills. So, they had to work as laborers in the fields to meet their daily needs. This change resulted in increased pressure on agriculture and there was large scale underemployment in agriculture. The substitution of commercial food crops in agriculture ruined the Indian agro based industry. The splendid period of indigenous handicrafts industries came to an end as the potential influence of East India Company spread over various parts of the country. Transition from producer to exporter of raw materials. Indian handicrafts that had made the country famous collapsed under the colonial rule. The ruling British turned India as the producer of raw materials for their industries and markets for their finished products. The railways and roadways introduced by the British facilitated the movement of finished products to reach the remotest parts of India and the procurement of raw materials from these parts. Competition of machine made goods. Textile was the oldest industry in India. The highly specialized skills of Indian weavers and the law production caste gave a tough competition to the European manufacturers. It led to the invention of cotton gin, flying shuttle, spinning jenny, and steam engine in England, which made the production of textiles on large scale. India became the market for the finished products of Britain. As a result, peasants who had supplemented their income by part time spinning and weaving had to now rely only on cultivation. So they lost their livelihood. Moreover, the Indian goods made with primitive techniques could not compete with industrial goods made in England. Beginning of the modern industries. The process of industrialization started in India from the mid 19th century. The beginning of modern industry is associated with the development in mainly plantations like jute, cotton, and also steel. There was a limited development of mining, especially coal. The growth greatly influenced the economic and social life of the people in the country. The two world wars gave an impetus to the development of number of industries such as chemical, iron, steel, sugar and cement, glass and other consumer goods. Most mills were set up by wealthy Indian businessmen. Initially, this development was confined to the setting up of cotton and jute textile mills. Plantation industries. The plantation industry was the first to attract the Europeans. The plantation industry could provide job on a large scale and in reality it could meet the increasing demands for tea, coffee, and indigo by the British Society. Therefore, plantation industry was started early on. The Assam Tea Company was founded in 1839. Coffee plantation also started simultaneously. As the tea plantation was the most important industry of Eastern India, coffee plantation became the center of activities in South India. Third important plantation which gave birth to factory was jute. All these industries were controlled by the many farmer employees of the British East India Company. In India, modern industrial sector in an organized form started with the establishment of cotton textile industry in Bombay in 1854. In 1855, jute industry was started in the Hooghly Valley at Risra near Calcutta. The first paper mill was started in Baliganj near Calcutta in 1870. The cotton mills were dominated by Indian enterprises and the jute mills were owned by the British capitalists. Cotton mills were opened in Mumbai and Ahmedabad, and jute mills proliferated on the Hooghly river banks. The woolen and leather factories became prominent in Kanpur. Heavy industries. The heavy industries included their iron and steel industry. Steel was first manufactured by modern methods at Kulti in 1874. Iron and steel industries began rooted in the Indian soil in the beginning of the 20th century. However, credit for development of large-scale manufacture of steel in India goes to Jamshedji Tata. The Tata Iron and Steel Company was set up in 1907 at Jamshedpur. It started producing pig iron in 1911 and steel ingots in 1912. Growth of modern industries. The length of railways increased from 2573 km in 1861 to 55,773 km in 1914. Opening of the Suez Canal also shortened the distance between Europe and India by about 4,830 km. This reduced the distance, facilitated further industrialization of India. As a result, Swadeshi movement, the cotton mills increased from 194 to 273 and jute mills from 36 to 64. The British had consolidated the power in India and thereby attracted large number of foreign entrepreneurs and capital, particularly from England. Foreign capitalists were attracted to Indian industry as it held the prospect of high profits. Labor was extremely cheap. Raw materials were cheaply available. India and its neighbors provided a ready market. On the basis of raw materials used, industries can be classified into agro-based and mineral-based. According to their role, it can be classified into basic and key industries. On the basis of ownership, it can be classified into public sector, private sector, and joint sector. Confederation of Indian Industry, CII. The Confederation of Indian Industry is a business association in India. CII is a non-government, not for profit, industry led and industry managed organization. It was founded in 1985. It has over 9,000 members from the private as well as public sectors, including small and medium enterprises and multinational corporation. Industrial growth in India. To realize the dream of development of industries, Indian government adopted certain industrial policies and 5-year plans. One of the most important innovations in the industrial field after independence had been the introduction of five-year plans and the direct participation in industries by the government as expressed in the Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948. This resolution delineated the role of the state in the industrial development, both as an entrepreneur and as an authority. As per the Industrial Policy Resolution 1956, industries were classified into three categories. Schedule A, only the government can handle these industries. Schedule B, the comprise road and sea transportation, machine tools, aluminum, chemicals, including plastics and fertilizers. Schedule C, under this category, the remaining industries are left to the private sector. Phases of industrial development in India. In the industrial development during 1950 to 65. During this phase, majority of the consumer goods were produced in India. The industrial sector was underdeveloped with weak infrastructure. Technical skills were in short supply. The first 5-year plans were very important because their aim was to build a strong industrial base in independent India. Industrial development during 1965 to 1980. At first, 3 5-year plans mostly focused on the development of capital goods sector. The consumer goods sector was neglected. The consumer goods sector is backbone of rural economy. Industrial development during 1980 till 1991. The period of 1980 can be considered as the period of the industrial recovery. This period witnessed quite a healthy industrial growth. Industrial development post 1991 reforms. The year 1991 ushered a new era of the economic liberalization. India took major decisions to improve the performance of the industrial sector. Modernization. India has a large variety of industries. Some modern industries have really grown and they are competing effectively with the outside world. This had reduced our dependency greatly on foreign experts and technologies. Self reliance. Another positive aspect of industrial growth is the attainment of the goal of self reliance. We have achieved self reliance in machinery, plant, and other equipment. Industrialization is an important component of economic growth. India's industrial expansion over the plan period presented a mixed picture compared to a pre independent level. Industrial growth during the 5-year plan period is phenomenal.